about 18 to 20 feet of rope, 7mm, and all you got to do is we're just going to tie an overhand knot on this side, just like this, with about like 3 inches of slack. About is good enough. 3 to 4 inches. Make sure it's dressed nicely and just kind of pull it. All right, cool. All right, so here, Lucia, I'm gonna hand this to you. So now what you're gonna do, Lucia, is you're gonna take this rope just like this. Good. And then you're gonna make like a little circle like that. Good. Put your hands in that circle, and then you're just gonna pull. Whee! Like that. Awesome. Very good. So now hold it just like that, and now you have it in a perfect spot. Kind of grab on tight here on this side, and then let go of that side. Cool. So this bar tab is in a perfect spot. It's kind of up here. And that's kind of where, this is my bar tab, is like kind of this is the same thing as that. So now what we're gonna do, you're gonna pretend this is all one rope, and you're gonna very carefully put it all together like this. This is kind of hard. And you're gonna tie an overhand knot in the rope like this. And then you're gonna try to pull it evenly, so that these are still pulled evenly, just like that. And I'll have you try it on this one. So then while you're gonna hold on to these two, and then go down and then tie an overhand knot right here. See if you can do it. It's a little tricky. It takes a little bit of practice. Nice. Cool, yes. And then pull it, make sure that these are nice and like these are even. So kind of put your thumb in here, make sure those feel pretty even. Those feel pretty even? Good. So then you're gonna do the same thing on that side. Awesome. Cool. That's it. So this is called the quad. And so this is really good for if you have someone at the top and you're belaying from the top, which is what I'm going to be doing with you guys today. And then flip it, and you want usually clip in the inside. This doesn't really matter too much. It's not that big of a deal. You don't really have to remember that, but you clip in towards the anchor, you clip it, and then you flip it. And that just makes it so that these open, like the openings are kind of towards the bottom. And then this quad will essentially go on just like this. And then this thing is really nice because you have multiple pieces of strands here. So I could belay someone on this side, and then I could be attached onto this side. So it kind of separates gear a little bit. With this setup, something that's good to kind of note, if I clipped all 4 of these, this looks super safe, right? But what were to happen if for some reason this piece came out? Could this whole thing fail? Yeah. Yeah, this whole thing could just fall off, right? So that's not good. So with the quad, they always say you want to clip 2 or 3 pieces, but not all 4. So you want to do 2 or 3 pieces, but you never do all 4. And then if you did 1, you could do 1, but the reason why we have the quad is because you have like super redundancy. So it's like super duper redundant. So this is the quad. Cool. We want these carabiners to be opposite and opposed. So they're facing 2 different directions. And then it's nice to have lockers on these. And so this would be for our, like a top rope line or something like that.
Yeah,
so,
it looks like cool. USAC top rope.
That's perfect. And of course we get those and we get these clips and then put in. All right, so the next knot you guys are gonna have to learn how to do is, that last one I guess wasn't really knots that you need to learn how to do. It's just learning how to make a quad is just fun. But here, I'll pass this one to you, Lyle. So this one's a little trickier. And then I think I might have another rope somewhere. That way you guys can all practice at the same time. All right, so I just want to I just want to show this to you guys so you guys can kind of see. So see how I didn't tie my knot in this side of the rope? So imagine that, imagine that this is a lot further down on the, over the cliff. So both ends aren't touching the ground. I'm unaware of that, and I forgot to tie my knot into here. So if I was going down too quickly, you guys could see, right, as I'm going down, once this little piece of rope pops through here, the whole system fails. Do you guys see that? Does that make sense? And unfortunately, this happens far too often. And so that's why we always, if we had a knot in there, then that would have stopped that from happening. So you always put a knot in whenever you're rappelling. You're gonna kind of, it's a stopper knot. Yeah, just a stopper for top rope, yeah. So you kind of have it so it's going down towards itself. You're gonna go around 1 time, so that makes an X right there. And then you're gonna go around a 2nd time, and you have to make sure you pass here. It's gonna make 2 circles. So see I have 2 circles here? Like there's 1 circle on top, 1 circle on bottom. And then this is gonna go up through the center of the 2 circles I created. And so it should look just like this, where there will be an X on one side, and then it'll be smooth on the other side. All right, so that's right. And just kind of push from push from the bottom up, so push like this, and then push from the top down. So kind of push the knot, like push it this way. There we go, cool. All right, cool. All right, so now what we're gonna do, let's say we have a rope, we tied our knots, we threw the rope down, right? The first thing that's always gonna go in, you always need to make sure that you have your personal anchor system attached to the anchor, right? So this way, if I were to fall or something, like I'm nice and safe. Does that make sense, guys?
Mm-hmm.
Also notice that this guy is attached to here and to here through this thing. So we're technically attached to 2 pieces. I have 2 pieces of gear that would have to fail for something to go bad. So this is the first thing to go in, and it's the last thing to come out.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll kind of explain further why, because it actually saved my life one time. And then after we do that, the next thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna get our third hand out. So that's this thingy. This is the next super important piece of climbing equipment. It can either be this hollow block or it can be like 6 mil cord, or it doesn't really have to be a whole lot. So it can be thinner. It can be thinner than this stuff. So this guy, there's several different knots I can do, or not knots, but little. I'm trying to think if it's a hitch. What is it called? But anyhow, so we're gonna do what's called an auto block. So all we're gonna do, it's very, very simple. We're just gonna wrap it around a few times, keeping it nice and clean, like that. So I wrapped it around 3 times. I've got a little loop here. I'm gonna attach this, and then this is gonna attach to my belay loop with a locking carabiner. I'm gonna lock that up. You guys see that? So if I was on a cliffside, this is really bad, obviously. The third hand's not doing its job. So that's why you need to make sure that this ATC is always extended. Last piece to unclip. So this is the last thing to come out of the anchor. And the other really important thing I want you guys to remember is we need to tie a knot in the end of the rope when we're rappelling. Rappelling is one of the most dangerous things that we can do in rock climbing because we're on a single piece of rope and the bottom and the top of your harness. Either way is okay. With this guy, this is Dyneema. It's like this kind of like pretty thin stuff, I think. So this one looks a little different than what you guys may have, but it's about the same thing. You'll notice that there's a tooth side and then there's a non-tooth side. And then actually, so Lucia, yours doesn't have any teeth, that's okay. I actually prefer to use the non-tooth side when I'm rappelling. So I put the non-tooth side on the bottom because that's where all the friction's gonna be. And that's my own personal preference. Some people like to have a little bit more grip, but I like it like that. So
And if you're using it as a climbing
if I'm belaying with it, I like the tooth side on the bottom.
Okay.
Because I want
That's
more
what I thought,
friction when
yeah.
I'm belaying,
Yeah.
but I want a little less friction when
Got
I'm
it.
rappelling to make it smoother.
Yep.
So this is now gonna clip on where we tied that knot right here. This is gonna be our extension. So this goes onto here. We're gonna lock this bad boy up like that. And so now this is extended. And this is a very important piece of the system, and I'll kind of go into it in a second. So once I have this all set up, I'm gonna pull everything in nice and snug. Once that's in snug, I'm gonna take my third hand, from the bottom, I'm gonna push it up just like this. Make sure that this is locked, make sure this is locked, and then I'm gonna sit back on it. And so when I'm sitting back on it, you can see how my third hand is holding me as a brake hand. So if I was rappelling down, if I got knocked in the head, or I just wanted to let go for a little bit, I can let go and this third hand is keeping me safe. Does that make sense? Now that we have that in, remember this guy is the first thing to go in, it's the last thing to come out. Another really good rule is you never want to take anything out that's tight. So you can see how this is all tight right now, right? So I don't want to take any of this stuff out because that means it's holding my weight. Is this holding my weight? Not anymore, right? It's nice and loose. So my third hand's here, I'm locked, I'm making sure everything is looking good, right? Everything looks nice. So once I feel comfortable, I can go ahead and I can take my personal anchor out. This guy, I can just clip it onto my belay loop below me like this. That's totally fine. And then to rappel, I'm gonna bring my right hand down to the brake hand, just down to the side, and then my left hand is gonna go wrap around the bottom, and I'm gonna use these 2 fingers, kind of like using the gree with that handle. I'm gonna use these 2 fingers. I'm gonna press down on the top of this, just like that, and you'll notice it's gonna let me slide through, right? So this right hand, I'm gonna just let the rope slide through. I'm gonna press down here, and this is my brake. So I'm gonna press this just like that, and if I want it to let go, I let go with my left hand. So if I want it to lock up, I'll go with my left hand. The only way that this system can fail, the only way you can drop with this setup, kind of like the gree, is if you press down on that, if you disable the brake and you let go with your brake hand. So if I press this down and I let go here, I could potentially have this whole thing fail on me, right? Does that make sense?
But if you let go, it
But
would
if I
probably
let go of everything and lock back up.
Yep.
So make sure brake hand's always on like it always should be. Then this is just using that as a brake. You guys got that? Just like this.
Yep.
And then as soon as I feed this through, what am I gonna do with this rope?
Tie a knot.
Tie a knot. Cool. Sweet. So then this is going through these wrap rings, which is wonderful. And then I'm gonna throw this rope down again. Right about now, Lyle's going, Aaron, you have a lot of kitty litter going down. You were just yelling at me about that.
So how's this one gonna work? Because the green only has one spot to put a rope.
That's a very good observation. All right, so this is called a carabiner block. It's a little different.
Oh yeah.
So what we're doing now, with the figure eight, I'm not figure eight, I'm sorry. With the ATC, you guys can see we could still go down this with a normal ATC and just pull the rope through when we're done.
Yep.
Right? Carabiner block, we have to tie a knot here, and then I don't know if you want to film this little.
Yeah,
part.
I've got it. Yep.
Okay. Well, this is like a different knot. So it's called the butterfly. So we're gonna do one twist, and we'll do two twists, just like that. And then with these two twists, you'll see there's like kind of a middle loop right here. I'm gonna take this top loop, I'm gonna wrap it underneath the bottom and poke it through this little hole. So it's gonna go through the bottom, and then it goes through this little hole like that. And this is a inline knot, which is nice, because it's less likely to get stuck on rocks. And then this guy, this carabiner, goes into this guy right here. This could be a figure eight or something different, but the butterfly is just the classic. And then it clicks to the other side. And this has to be a locking carabiner.
Yep.
And then what you'll notice, so Lyle, what you'll see now, one side we can rappel off of, that gets stuck right there into the anchor. And then the other side we can pull down, and then we can pull this rope and go all the way to the ground.
Yep.
So what we're gonna do, this is gonna be a pretty simple setup. The gree-gree.
Do you need a third hand for this one?
You do not need a third hand for this one, but people have dropped themselves with gree-gree many times.
Yeah,
So this goes like this. It'll just go to your belay loop, or we could do the extension, either way is fine. We always want to test this system. This is how I almost killed myself one time. I put this on that side of the rope, and then I sat back, and my PAS caught me. That's why the PAS is always the first thing to go in, last thing to come out. And so I can test the system, make sure everything's locking up. When everything's locking Hey Lyle, could you get me on there's like a little yellow rope quick draw up there with like black and orange carabiners? Either way is fine. Yeah, you're pretty used to going to here, so go to this closer one and see how it feels for you. Cool. Nice, so now you're all set up here. This is what we call a catastrophe knot, or a cat knot. This is an overhand knot. This is so you can go into hands free. It's gonna pull on you a little bit. I'm gonna just make this anchor slightly better so I can belay you. a slightly better way than what I am currently doing.
Any different from when you're pulling the rope in the gym and it gets stuck in the quick draw? You have to pull down.
Alrighty, cool. Alright, your knot looks good. You got a second hand. Awesome, sweet. Alright, let's do it. Come on down. So what I have you do, have you clip in right here. Oh, I gotcha. Lock that in. Cool, so go ahead and walk down next to me. Watch out for that kitty litter. Let's come all the way down here. Oh, very good. So, I'm going to tie you off here. Cool. So, like I was saying, we're going to have to kind of imagine this blue rope's not here. It's going to be a little tricky.
Oh, look at that. There's anchors here too. Dad,
Hmm?
there's anchors here too.
Oh yeah, look at that. That's nice.
Which means there's more than one spot.
You can repel off different sides of it. Yeah.
Which we might do.
Now, go ahead and set up the third hand on this guy. You walk down there first if you want. However you feel comfortable.
Oh, butterfly.
Cool. And that's going to go to your belay loop.
Looks like the butterfly got in your video. Did you see it?
Yep.
Yeah. Perfect. Now you can feel how heavy this rope is, right? This orange rope. It's really pulling on you, right? So what you're going to do now is you're going to pull some rope through this orange rope here. Try to pull quite a bit through it. There you go, and it should hold on to it. Is it holding on to it? Cool. If you want to, you can stand up to, unless that feels more comfortable. Whatever feels more comfortable to you. Does that feel okay? Yeah. Cool. So then ATC will go on here. Actually, I'm going to get a little bit more rope for you. There you go. All right, ATC onto this bad boy. Nice, dude. You'll notice whenever it's more vertical, it's easier. You can keep going. Once it gets flatter, it's a little tricky. You have to like really lean back into it to get the whole thing to work. And then yell at us when you get to the bottom, okay?
Or blow your whistle.
Oh, and actually, here, can you go no hands right now? Can you try leaning back all the way? So one other thing I forgot to mention, the third hand, can you see how you have it wrapped on the rope right now? When you get to the bottom, can you just leave it wrapped on the rope so we can just pull the, or actually even better, can you put the third hand on this blue rope, and then because I have to pull this blue rope up anyway. That way your brother and your dad can use it. Cool. Like a pro.
I know it.
Every once in a while, try going no hands. Like make sure you let the left hand up first. Try no hands one more time. Awesome. And make sure you let the left hand up first, let the left hand lock up, and then let go your right hand. Be okay. I had you protected, it just the slipping was exciting.
Yep.
You're going to clip in right here at the PAS, and you'll get that locked. Cool. And then go ahead and come on down here. And you can stand up, you can lean against this You can lean against this anchor if you want. Cool, sweet. So like I was saying, this is just for backup, so kind of just ignore this blue rope, okay? And bam. So we got our PS in here, right? Your personal anchor system. So then the first thing is what? Do you remember? The third hand first. Yep. And then so I get that attached on this guy. And you can walk down further if you want. Wherever you feel comfortable. If you feel more comfortable sitting down or standing up, whatever. You can pull the rope up. Yeah, you can move everything, anything around as however it feels. Well, oh, don't pull it up like that. Just like wrap the rope around, like wrap the third hand around. This guy. Oh, just while it's tight, just wrap it.
Awesome, Lucia.
He's bending over and off. How was that? You cruised. That was awesome. There's 2 twists. And notice when you do the 2 twists, there's like this little second hole right here.
Okay.
So then this top rope goes around the bottom.
Uh-huh.
And then you got to find where that hole
Okay.
is. And then it's going to poke through that hole.
All right, so 1
and
twist.
You'll get a very symmetrical, and it's just called the butterfly knot, which is nice because we've seen all the monarchs.
Yep.
And it'll make a really beautiful knot. That's it. Perfect. And like I said, this could be a figure 8, it could be an overhand knot, but this is better because when this rubs on a rock, what it'll do,
feels a little bulkier than the one you had. Is that?
it's okay. I think you got it. Let's see here.
Maybe I think I might have done an extra loop. I'm gonna try it again.
No, yeah, it looks like I did something a little funky there.
Okay. So 1 twist, 2 twists, come through that way.
And then it's gonna go through here.
That one. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that'd be like the center, wherever the center loop is.
Okay. That looks better.
And then we'll kind of pull it to the side.
Yep.
And it should be very symmetrical. See how symmetrical it is? And the beauty of
Perfect.
this knot is that when if you go to an edge, like if there's an edge like this, or
yeah,
it'll just kind of like flop like this. It'll twist up and over it.
Okay. All right.
And this is definitely, like I said, like I almost killed myself with this thing. So let's go ahead and I'm gonna remove this anchor from here.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna just pop this thing.
Sorry, I did that. I did that just so I didn't drop the thing on the ground. Okay.
Cool. So now we can kind of see it.
And I'm holding on that, so that's got to be the right one. Do you mind if I borrow a Grigri?
Oh, of course, yeah, for sure. Yeah, I got an extra one right here.
Perfect.
So
Thank you.
Of course. Oh, I should back you up on this one too. This one's a little funky.
Oh yeah. Okay. Let me.
This one, I would say, is more likely. People are more likely to drop themselves on this setup.
For sure.
Oh, actually, no. I was gonna do it differently, wasn't I? Last time I just went straight to it.
Okay. That feels good.
Cool.
I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this if you don't mind.
no,
Or do you want to keep that until I get this one going?
Oh yeah, that sounds good. So go ahead and tie into this.
Okay.
And I'll get this set up for a belay. Actually, while you're doing that, I might actually. I'm gonna run up here real fast.
Oh yeah, right. We're gonna.
So that way I can be right after.
Yep.
This is not technically a hands-free setup. So what that means is that you need to keep your brake hand on at all times. I'm gonna help you here, okay? So this can go. Just so I don't get too confuzzled. We're just gonna put this all the way onto your hips. It's out of the way. Is that okay? Cool. All right. Are you ready? I'm gonna tighten up on your side. Cool. So be very light with that trigger, and just kind of walk backwards. And then every once in a while you can let that trigger lock up. Yep. You might have to do that. You might have to kind of detangle some rope as you're going down. Cool. Looking good.
Hey. Looking for what?
He's down. Why'd you leave your gloves right there?
Because the lizard was afraid.
You don't just ditch equipment like that.
I didn't grab it.
That's pretty cool.
Don't blow your whistles as when we're out in the. Those have a purpose. They're not just there for. If you blow them just for no fun, then nobody knows what happens. Well, how are you guys feeling? I'm feeling pretty good.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to come do this every weekend between now and the canyon?
Yeah.
Just so we get really practice.
Buy a canyon here,
I think we might. That way we've got an extra one.
Rope coming down.
Yeah. Sorry, sweetie.